Sacramento 34-4 at home. 8 consecutive wins, 15 of their last 17, and we are underway. Divac into Nesterovic. Stojakovic, 50 to Weber. On a rebound by Serbia.
A team like the Kings are a great cutting team as well as a great passing team. The Timberwolves definitely have to tighten up defensively. Defensively, they're just too passive. Take a perfect example, Kevin.
So Weber inside, John. That is where you like to see Weber score. Finding Serbiak and looking inside for Garnett. Shot clock at 3 into Divac over Weber. And a tap-in try by Nesterovic. And Garnett is there. And a whistle.
And that's one thing I love about this tall lineup.
Weber picked up by Smith. Garnett guarding Stojakovic. And Nesterovic is on Divac. Oh, by Divac across the lane. And Serbiak is guarded by Stojakovic. Inside to Garnett. Mismatch on Christie. So now Divac with the whistle on the Kings inside.
I like that. Garnett was thinking about passing there for a second. He heard the whistle and he continued on with the shot. And it just is a different wrinkle. You can run fewer things against the zone. Sacramento does so many things, and right there the zone causes a turnover.
They should be impressed with the record that they have.
4-on-1, and Billups slides in for 2. And inside, Weber answering at the other end. That is a foul on the Timberwolves. Joe Smith. That's the second on him with the 1-point Minnesota lead.
Joe Smith does a great job game in and game out of taking the charges right here, but he just got himself backpedaling right here. Weber coming at him. A great passer. You can see his heels get stuck on the inside there. Good call by the officials in transition.
Show and give his teammates confidence as he just did when you get the ball into him. He can put up to it.
Three by Stojakovic is the game's first 3-point hit.
Knocking down that jumper.
Timberwolves +1 in rebounding tonight. Approaching 2 to play. Shot clock at 7. Weber.
Taking the same shot he took before. Go to Vlade. Vlade is basically not a shot blocker. Go to him and make Vlade.
Wow!
Go to.
That'll bring you out of your seat. My goodness.
Well, I like the quality of shots that Nesterovic is getting down in the post. You know, when they're going to Garnett, they're not getting very much out of that right now.
The Kings lead is 7, the biggest tonight. On a play like this by Chris Weber.
Well, they just slipped the pick and roll. Christie and Weber, they've been playing together now for a few years, and they have that communication down. Weber is one of the best slippers.
Listen to this, too, man. I'll tell you, he comes in there and brings it down hard. Robert Pack is checked in for the Timberwolves. Still. And Pack racing the other way. Mitchell bullets it inside. Garnett in a thicket of Sacramento defenders and a foul. Is it outside? Jackson. Into, got a hand on it. Weber is there to vacuum it and put it down. With Garnett on the back end. With Nesterovic, Serbiak, Billups, and Joe Smith, the Minnesota 5. Garnett 1 of 2 shooting tonight. And gets his second right there.
That's a tough shot right there, Mr. 2. They pass and they love to play with one another because they're all unselfish. And they have guys that play with a lot of passion and energy, and they have enough skill to win.
If you'll move, you'll get open, and definitely the morale is a heck of a lot better. If you know if you cut like that, you'll get the move.
You just saw the turnover story. Down the lane for 2.
And Sacramento's going right back at him. Terrible defense. They got away with it right there. Turkoglu did a good little hesitation.
I don't disagree with that, but the rest of the players aren't getting food stamps either.
No. Fed Divac. Garnett had a partial block.
Game to avoid playing the Lakers until the conference finals.
Felipe Lopez in for the first time. Way inside. Blocked once and then twice.
Lopez off it. It's going to get open in the corner.
Chris Weber inside to Divac. They pass well, they shoot well. That's what you want your star players saying on the eve of the playoffs as you find Weber with motion to shoot into Garnett, who grabs the rebound.
Situated when you lose the games.
Weber. Shot clock at 4. Over the Nesterovic. Everything is dropping for the Kings. He's got 17. The Kings are shooting almost 60% from the field for the game. 9 of 11 in this third quarter alone. Nesterovic.
He's playing solid.
Maybe the 5 for Sacramento. Nesterovic. Alley-oop. Sailing over Nesterovic and Serbiak. What's this assist? You've seen him one, you've seen him low, you've seen him high. Here's one up in the rafters.
Well, and everybody's concerned about Bibby beating Garnett off the dribble. He's often because he's a quicker defender, but the length of Kevin, he's got to get his hands up and make that pass a little bit tougher. Ball pressure would be nice. Each player needs to do a better job. Garnett, the superstar, needs to be a leader and kind of get everybody to start playing better defense first.
Mike Bibby, and now the Kings are 10 of 12. Everything about it. Here he comes out now and recants his story. Here comes Garnett after the Bibby three at the other end. Kevin, with his angular frame missed, and Serviak taps it back up and in. That's the MVP on their roster in Jason Kidd.
Well, an MVP candidate, a Coach of the Year candidate, an Executive of the Year candidate. When you come from not making the playoffs.
So that's the thing that the pack gives the Timberwolves. He gives them a little bit more energy, in particular early. But you got to at least get on pressure.
18-point lead for the Sacramento Kings. Turkoglu's in, rolls one on.
You have to guard at all times.
Gary Trent, a fake on Howard. Rebound tapped in by Kevin Garnett.
And that's a great individual play by Garnett.
That's the thing. It becomes a question of confidence at some point, too. Now,
Howard from Weber.
well, and you know, they come right out of a timeout.
Howard, Weber, and Doug Christian. That begins our fourth quarter. Anthony Peeler for three, and that is the first three-point hit tonight for Minnesota.
Able to score is much stronger than the quality that the Timberwolves have in their substitutions out here.
Peeler to fire again. He's at 2 in a row. On points, Stojakovic has 23. Those are the top scorers for the Kings. Weber again. He now joining Stojakovic with 23 points.
Aspect of their offense that they would want.
Here's Kevin Garnett with the double-double, 13. Oh, a monster jam with Garnett throwing down a sledgehammer.
So we have a lot of positive going for us, especially with this team and in the community as well.
Do you guys really believe, I mean, will you guys be disappointed if you don't win a championship this year?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Here comes Weber inside, and he gets it, and he'll go to the free throw line. You just signed him to a $123 million contract.
Off the ball side post man and have an opportunity for people to be able to penetrate. They're not defending that well at all. But I love their offensive energy, their offensive excitement.
Regular season game. They're 9th in a row. Their magic number is 2 to win the Pacific. And they do it in outstanding fashion, beating Minnesota 122 to 103.